What's good, everybody? It's the Cloudwood Cap Show. NFL Week 16, some big games. We got 2 Saturday games and the rest Sunday and Monday. But let's start with the first game, the Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's 13-1. Patrick Mahomes is banged up with a high ankle sprain. I think if I'm the head coach of Kansas City right now, we're looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at the first team to ever three-peat in Super Bowl era history. So no one's ever three-peated ever. I just think, man, like Kansas City, they need to bench Patrick Mahomes today. There's no need to start him. You're 13-1. You're like 2 games ahead to get the number 1 seed. I just think it's too much, man. Like, what if Mahomes gets another ankle sprain on his other ankle? Something happens. You need Patrick Mahomes closest to 100% during the playoffs as you can. I just think playing him against the Texans at home today is a mistake, and they got to turn around and play in about 5 days later, like on Christmas. Like, dude, no. Like, I just think it's a bad look for Kansas City. I think if they're smart, you start Carson Wentz, dude. Like, I know it sounds pretty crazy and stuff, but just to start Patrick Mahomes, who's banged up right now, looking to three-peat, it's just crazy to me, dude. I just don't do it. I just think do not do it. You can afford to take an L. That's fine. Like, we're looking at the bigger picture here. You're looking to three-peat. No one's ever three-peated ever. Like, why are you trying to play Mahomes when he's not 100% right now? Like, to me, it's crazy, but Houston, CJ Stroud this year, they've been pretty good. They're 9-5, and I think if they win, they clinch in their division. Obviously, in their division, they got the Texans, Tennessee Titans. They got Jacksonville Jaguars and my Indianapolis Colts. Just an easiest division in NFL right now. Like, Houston's going to clinch. I think Houston wins this game, especially if Patrick Mahomes does not play. I love the Houston Texans right now. I just think with that run game, Joe Mixon, 11 touchdowns this year, over 900 yards rushing. Nico Collins has 6 touchdowns. I just think, man, with Kansas City right now, they're a little banged up. There's no need to push the envelope right now. It just does not make sense to me to start Mahomes when he's banged up. You're looking at three-peat. You're already in the playoffs right now. It's just, I'm looking at the bigger picture here. Like, this one game right here is not going to define the Kansas City Chiefs season. Like, you guys can afford to take an L. That's fine. But right now, I'm going Houston Texans. I just think right now, what I'm seeing from Houston, the second half of the season, Houston has not looked like the same team. When they first started off, Nico Collins and CJ Stroud were just on point. But I just think, man, Houston Texans have a good pass rush as well. So that's another reason why I would not play Mahomes today. I just like Houston right now. I'll take Houston at plus 3.5 right now. However, if Patrick Mahomes does suit up and play this game, I'm definitely going Kansas City. I'm not going to bet against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs all year. I mean, obviously they lost to the Bills. That's it. But overall, just do not do it. Do not play Patrick Mahomes today. That's just a smart move, is to bench Mahomes, have him rest, and play on Christmas. But do not play today, Patrick Mahomes. I like Houston Texans at plus 3.5. 42.5 is the over-under. Give me the over. Especially if the weather's not going to be snowing. I like the over. I just think C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans are due for a big type of game, and I think Nico Collins and Joe Mixon both score. So that's what I like. So give me the Texans at plus 3.5. And then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are 7-point favorites in this matchup. They already played earlier this year. Pittsburgh Steelers won this game, and it's really, crazy because I'm in fantasy football right now, and I'm on the edge right now to either bench Lamar or start Lamar. Why? It sounds pretty crazy. Lamar's the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. Number 1 probably in just NFL, him and Josh Allen. But, to bench Lamar, we're talking about Pittsburgh Steelers here, and I think Lamar's 1-4 all time against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, we look at Lamar. Lamar's worst game this year was in Pittsburgh. So, like, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, they know Lamar. They just have his number. That's why I was on the verge of benching Lamar, but obviously I'm not going to bench Lamar today. That'd just be dumb. Lamar got me in this spot, ran all the way this far in the playoffs in fantasy football. To bench Lamar, I'm not going to do it. I just think Lamar, he understands what's at stake. He understands that historically, that's his worst team he plays against is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, the numbers speak for themselves. Like, it's crazy. Like, how is Lamar good against every other team besides the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's why I was on the verge of benching Lamar, but I think Lamar today at home, he plays great. I think he plays exceptional. I think Lamar knows that, hey, Historically, they're always talking about Lamar against the Steelers not doing great. I think he hears that, and he's like, hey, let's go. Zay Flowers, I need you to step up. Bateman, I need you to step up. Mark Andrews, I need you to step up. Derrick Henry in the run game, I need you guys to step up and help me out here. And don't put it all on Lamar. So I think Lamar eats today. I think Lamar's going to throw for 2+ touchdowns and maybe even rush for a touchdown as well. I think Lamar's going to eat, man. I'm starting Lamar. I'm going all in on Lamar, and I think Lamar's going to torch the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 10-4, who's had a great season this year, but offensively, they're not that good. They're just not, dude. Russell Wilson, way past his prime, even though he's had a good season this year. Let's give Russell Wilson his flowers. He's got 13 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Okay, but I'm saying, in the playoff time, dude, there's no way the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to the Super Bowl this year. It's just not going to happen. Why? Because they don't have an explosive offense. George Pickens has been banged up, and that's a huge loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers without George Pickens. But right now, give me the Baltimore Ravens, man, at home in this playoff type of atmosphere. Lamar knows what's at stake. I think Lamar's going to eat. So give me the Baltimore Ravens. I'll take Baltimore -7. 44.5 is the over-under, man. It's going to hit right around that number. It's really crazy how these experts in Vegas do these lines because they're right on it. They're right on it. Honestly, I don't want to even touch the over-under, but, give me the Baltimore Ravens at home. Playoff time, this is the time, man. I think Lamar's going to eat today. I think this is an MVP type of performance for Lamar. He gets his nemesis in the Pittsburgh Steelers. So give me the Baltimore Ravens in this last Saturday game. Let's go! And then we got my team. The Indianapolis Colts are hosting the Tennessee Titans. The Colts are 3.5-point favorites. Obviously, the Colts need to win out and have some luck happen to even make the playoffs. But give me my Colts, man. Let me bet on my Colts finally, because, when I do bet on the Colts, they either lose or they're just trash. That's just part of the Colts culture, right? We go back to last week in Denver. We control the whole first half. The second half, Jonathan Taylor fumbles on the goal line, dude. Can't make it up, dude. And then, dude, we just lose the game. It's crazy, dude. The whole momentum. One play can swing a whole game in the NFL. That's what's crazy. But give me my Colts, man. Give me AR, man. Anytime touchdown. I think Anthony Richardson eats this game. Even though this year Anthony Richardson has not done great. 7 touchdowns, 11 picks. Dude, it's not great. And then we got Jonathan Taylor. Didn't even hit over 1,000 yards yet rushing. He's got 911 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. You would think a type of player like Jonathan Taylor to really take off. What's crazy is a lot of people took Jonathan Taylor before Saquon this year. And I had an opportunity to get Saquon in experts versus rookies in my homie Dunsies league, and I'm just like, why did I not get Saquon Barkley? How dumb am I? I drafted Michael Pittman Jr. in the 3rd round. That is crazy. Yeah, I made some in-season trades that helped me out to get me where I'm at right now, but Michael Pittman Jr. in the 3rd round, that's crazy, man. Michael Pittman shouldn't even be drafted, dude. In any fantasy draft, Michael Pittman Jr. should not be drafted. I'm sorry. Michael Pittman is above average, not even above average receiver, dude. He's a mid at best, dude. He's not a good receiver. But give me my Colts, man. I just think Tennessee, they're banged up right now. Give me the Colts at -3.5 all day, every day. AR, anytime touchdown. Let's go, Colts. Come on, take off. And then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Tampa Bay is 4.5-point favorites. Man, give me Tampa right now. What I've seen from Baker Mayfield has been great this year. He's really proved me wrong, proved all the critics wrong. Baker's really just grinding his way, man, into this franchise quarterback that they're going to keep in Tampa for the next 5 years. So, shout out to Baker Mayfield, 32 touchdowns this year, 14 picks. Bucky Irvin's got 6 touchdowns. Mike Evans got 9 touchdowns. So, I think Mike Evans eats this game. I do. I really do. I like Baker 2+ touchdowns. Even though Dallas has a great defense, Micah Parsons and the boys are nice. But we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys again. I'm telling you guys, the Dallas Cowboys are who we thought they were. They're just the same team year in and year out. Above mediocre, just average at best. Dude, they're just suck, bro. They really do. We're talking about a quarterback in Dak Prescott who's out for the season. He's probably glad he's out because he knew he wasn't going to make the playoffs. And even if they did make the playoffs, they'd lose the first game. We're talking about Dak Prescott who's making, 60 M's a year, who's won 2 playoff games in his career in Dallas. 2 playoff games. Two, man. I tried to tell you guys, Dak Prescott is Tony Romo 2.0. Nobody believed me. Everybody's like, no, Dak Prescott's elite. Is he? Is he elite? Well, he's on the couch right now watching the Dallas Cowboys 2 games below 500. That's where Dak Prescott's at right now. So, that's where the Dallas Cowboys organization's at. They're trash, man. Give me Tampa, man. Give me Tampa. That's my most confident game is probably the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Dallas Cowboys. Even though Dallas looked nice last week, whoop-de-doo, dude. Give me Tampa. They're 8-6 right now. Baker Mayfield's locked in. Mike Evans locked in. Give me Tampa at -4.5 all day in this matchup. And then we got the LA Rams versus the New York Jets. The Rams are 3-point favorites in this matchup. Even though the Jets looked nice last week, man, give me the Rams. The Rams, if they win out, they're in the playoffs, and they're a very, very dangerous team. We're talking Puka Nacua. We're talking Cooper Kupp. We're talking the run game with Kyron Williams. Like, dude, they are a nice team right now. Sean McVay knows what he's doing. He's already won a Super Bowl there. So, like, come on, man. I'm telling you, the Rams are going to run right through the Jets. The Jets this year, Breece Hall really just went under. 5 touchdowns, 722 yards rushing. Breece Hall, we're looking at a guy that went in the first round in, like, most fantasy drafts this year. First round. And he's got 5 touchdowns all year. Like, dude, that's terrible, bro. That's mid at best, dude. That's like a 10th round pick in fantasy, dude. Like, Breece Hall is overrated. I had him last year, and I traded him, dude. Like, people got mad at me for trading him. And guess who I traded him for? Amari Cooper. In that same week, he went for 45 that week. Dude, it was crazy, man. I think Joe Flacco was his quarterback. He had like 3 touchdowns. It was crazy. But I'm just saying, Breece Hall just went under. He's overrated, most overrated running back in the NFL right now by far. And then you got Aaron Rodgers. He's there. I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back one more season in New York. I think he owes New York Jets one more season. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, Aaron. You got paid, what, 50 M's? Like, dude, and you missed the first season with an Achilles, man. Like, come on. I think Aaron Rodgers, his competitive nature, who Aaron Rodgers is, I think he's going to come back one more season. But give me the Rams right now. I think Matt Stafford, 2+ touchdowns makes sense to me. Unless it's going to be really snowy, then give me Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown. I like that. I like Puka Nacua over 60+ yards. I like Cooper Kupp to get back in action. Cooper Kupp's been kind of non-existent the past couple weeks. Give me Cooper Kupp anytime, man. I think Cooper Kupp's going to score a touchdown. It's kind of crazy Puka and Cooper to score. But, hey, I think this is the game where the LA Rams eat. I like the over as well, 46.5. I like the over. Give me the Rams. The Rams are just going to eat all day on the New York Jets. And then we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Philadelphia is 3-point favorites in this matchup. This is a division game, man. In Washington, they know each other really well. But, man, let me give a shout to Jane Daniels, man. He's been balling out all season. And let's give him his flowers, man. He's got 17 touchdowns, 6 picks, over 3,000 yards passing this year. Like, as a rookie at LSU, he should have been the number 1 overall pick. Like, he's playing like it. Shout to Jane Daniels. Brian Robinson Jr., 8 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin has 11 touchdowns this year. Shout out to Terry McLaurin, Indiana boy. He's taken off. But give me the Philadelphia Eagles, man, just because of their defense and how they're stepping up week in and week out. And Jalen Hurts finally turned it around last week after, with A.J. Brown, what he was saying. A.J. Brown this year, 5 touchdowns. Saquon, 11 touchdowns. So, I like Saquon Barkley to eat today. Or tomorrow. I really do. I think Saquon over on yards makes sense. Over 60+ yards rushing. If you don't like anytime touchdown on Saquon, go over on yards. Because they like to do the tush push and that, which I don't really like because that took about 8 touchdowns away from Saquon. Saquon could easily have 20 touchdowns right now, bro. 20 touchdowns. That's insane, dude. But shout out to Saquon, the best running back in the league. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Even though I think this game is going to be a nail-biter, I think Jane Daniels is going to play one of his best games of his rookie season in this game right here. So I think it's going to be close. And if Washington does win, it's going to be by a game-winning field goal. That's how I see this game going. It's going to be super close. But give me Philadelphia Eagles. I might even alter the line to like 1.5. Because 3.5, I know that just 2 points, 2.5 is huge to me. It really is, man. So 1.5, I'll alternate to Philadelphia Eagles over the Washington Commanders. I can't wait for this matchup. It's going to be a super close game, but I cannot wait. Let's go! And then we got the New York Giants versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Giants 2-12 this year, another disaster season for them. Give me the Falcons, man. They're starting Michael Penix Jr., who they drafted, the rookie. They finally benched Kirk Cousins. I try to tell everybody, man, Kirk Cousins is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL history. Like, most overrated quarterback. Kirk Cousins, yes. Kirk Cousins, who's never won a Super Bowl. Like, he's won a fluke playoff game where he threw a Hail Mary to Stephon Diggs. Like, come on, bro. Like, Kirk Cousins is a mid quarterback at best. Out of Michigan State, a good school, Big Ten. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, he got what, paid over 180 M's in Atlanta to do this, dude? Like, that, dude, it's crazy, man. Kirk Cousins is not who we thought he was. He's got 18 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 16 picks, 16. And a lot of those picks were just unnecessary. Kirk Cousins is washed. I can't believe they paid him that money. It's crazy. But I'm still going to go Atlanta here. And I think Bijan Robinson eats today. I like Bijan to score anytime touchdown. That's the safest bet. That or Drake London anytime touchdown. Drake London's been eating this year. 919 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. So give me Drake London or Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown for tomorrow. That's what makes sense to me. So I like that, and I like Atlanta, man. The Giants are trash organization, and if Atlanta wins out, they can sneak into the playoffs, which is huge. But we're going to see Michael Penix, man. We're going to see what he's made about. I remember him at IU, dude. He was nice. Transferred to Washington. He's just a gamer, man. He's a gamer. He loves to throw the ball down the field. He's a lefty. Man, I can't wait to see how he develops in Atlanta, man. It's going to be interesting. But give me the Atlanta Falcons. I like Bijan Robinson over on yards or anytime touchdown. Him or Drake London. Let's go. And then we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers. Arizona's 5-point favorites in this matchup. Man, I think Arizona could be on upset alert, dude. I really do. I think what I've seen from Bryce Young this year, man, he's just been trying to stay above water, dude. I mean, that organization for Carolina has not helped them whatsoever. I mean, there was a couple plays, man. It's crazy. They should have beat the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, we're talking Bryce Young threw a touchdown to Leggett, and he dropped the ball on the goal line. That's not his fault. Like, Bryce Young did everything in his power to do these things. Like, man, Bryce Young, I do think he's going to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. I just think with the organization where he's around right now, it's just not helping whatsoever. But, you know, with Arizona, they're 7-7. They've been so inconsistent this year. Kyler Murray, 15 touchdowns, 8 picks. You got James Conner, 7 tutties. It's just been really inconsistency for Arizona. That's why I'm kind of like, man, I think Carolina could beat Arizona in this game. You know what? Give me the upset right now. Give me Carolina Panthers over the trash Arizona overhyped Cardinals. Just give me a man. Give me the Panthers. I'll take them at 5-5. I might even alternate to 6.5. But give me the Carolina Panthers at home over the Arizona Cardinals. That's a huge upset for me. And then we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are 9.5-point favorites. And you know what? I'm going Bengals here. Bengals understand they have to win out and have some luck happen for them to get in the playoffs. And let me tell you, nobody wants to see the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs. Even though their defense is terrible, we're talking Joe Burrow. We're talking Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, dude, Chase Brown. Like, they're elite, dude. There's no way that the Cincinnati Bengals right now should be 8-6. There's no way. Like, they blew some games. They should have beat the Baltimore Ravens. They lost some critical games this year. I think they lost like 3 or 4 games in a row where they clearly should have won at least 2 of those. So, like, right now, like, it's crazy, dude. They should not be 6-8, but give me the Bengals, man. I'll take the 9.5. I just like Joe Burrow, what he's done this year. 36 touchdowns, 6 picks. You got Chase Brown, 7 touchdowns. Jamar Chase has 15 touchdowns this year. Jamar Chase, over 1,400 yards receiving. So the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason, whatever happens, they got to pay Jamar Chase a bag. You have to, dude. Like, Jamar Chase is worth 35 M's a year, maybe even more. Like, that's what he said he's worth. I mean, dude, 15 touchdowns, over 1,400 yards receiving this year. Jamar Chase is eating. And he didn't even start off hot the first month of the season. So, shout to Jamar Chase. Give me the Bengals, man. Jameis Winston, 13 touchdowns, 12 picks. He loves to throw picks. Jerry Jeudy, though, is balling out. Over 1,000 yards receiving and 4 tutties. But give me the Cincinnati Bengals, man. At home, they know they got to win out and have some luck to happen for them to make the playoffs. I like Joe Burrow, 2+ touchdowns. I like Jamar Chase, over 60+ yards receiving. That's my lock pick, man. Take off Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go! And then we got the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions, 6.5-point favorites, man. This is in Chicago. And we're talking about Detroit Lions who are banged up defensively. I think they have, like 20 starters out, something crazy like that, maybe even more. It's kind of crazy, man, but I'm still going Detroit right now. I'm going the better team, and that better team with Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got the number 1 back now with David Montgomery out for the year. So Jahmyr Gibbs, I think anytime touchdown makes sense. He's got 11 this year. St. Brown's got 10 touchdowns. Jared Goff's got 30 touchdowns, 10 picks. I just think Jared Goff can play even better football. I really do. In this past month, we saw Jared Goff throw for, 5 picks against the Houston Texans this year. In that game, they still won. So I think Jared Goff is due for better games. I really do. And I think this is the game where Jared Goff is locked in, throws 2+ touchdowns, and I like the Detroit Lions here. It's hard for me to bet on the Chicago Bears, who are 4-10, even though they do have a good offense, but they just haven't shown for it this year. They just had a bad head coach. They fired him mid-season, first time ever in Chicago Bears history. Just a lot of things that are happening in Chicago. Give me the Detroit Lions, man. Give me the better team. Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown. I like that. I like Detroit Lions at 6.5. I'll take that all day. 47.5 is the over-under. I think it's going to go the over. I really do. This is the over type of game. I think they score a lot of high points. Even Chicago is going to put up some points. But give me the Detroit Lions, man. Anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'll take the 6.5 all day in this matchup. And then we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is another interesting matchup. Seattle, they're the type of team that's either going to come out and play great or they're just going to be mid and just get blown out. So I don't know. Is Geno Smith going to get locked in or is he going to throw some picks? I mean, he's got 14 touchdowns, 13 interceptions this year. So just really inconsistency from Geno Smith. Smith and Jigba has 5 touchdowns at Ohio State. And then you got Sam Darnold this year. 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. Aaron Jones has 5 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson over 1,200 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns this year. Just straight eating. So, and then Addison's been doing well as well for Minnesota. Man, give me Minnesota, dude. They're just a better team right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota does lose in Seattle, but they're just a better team right now. Sam Darnold's looking way better than Geno Smith. Sam Darnold's having a great season, his best season yet in the NFL. Give me the Minnesota Vikings, man. I'm taking them. I'll take the 3. It just makes sense to me. 42.5 is the over-under. I would not touch that. But give me the Minnesota Vikings over the Seattle Seahawks because of how the Minnesota Vikings are performing both offensively and defensively. So give me the Minnesota Vikings over the Seattle Seahawks. And then we got the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 14-point favorites, and I'm going to take it, dude. At home, Buffalo. Josh Allen's playing like an MVP this year. I'm going Buffalo all day in this matchup. Josh Allen, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks this year, over 3,300 yards passing, about 3,400 yards passing this year. Josh Allen is straight going crazy, dude. Like, insane to me, dude. Like, Josh Allen, man, you are a dog this year, man. He's got 484 yards rushing as well. No, like, it's crazy, man. And he's got 11 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen. So, like, man, him and Lamar are right there for the MVP conversation. Who's going to win it this year? But give me the Buffalo Bills. Defensively, Buffalo stepped up. They've really improved over the years. I think this is the best Buffalo Bills defense we've seen since Josh Allen's been in Buffalo. So that's huge, man. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want come playoff time. And the way Josh Allen is not throwing interceptions, that's a huge key for them in their success, man. So I love the Buffalo Bills. I love Josh Allen. James Cook, I like anytime touchdown. He's got 13 this year. Shakir's got 4 touchdowns. Give me the Buffalo Bills all day, man. I just think with Buffalo, 14 is a high spread. But still, give me the Buffalo Bills all day in this matchup. James Cook, anytime touchdown. Josh Allen, 2+ touchdowns. He eats on the Patriots at home. Let's go, Buffalo Bills. You guys are back, man. I hope you guys win it. I really do. And then we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are 2-point favorites. This game is so trash, bro. Both teams are out of the playoffs. I mean, both teams combined have 5 wins. Like, it's just crazy, bro. Like, I don't even want to touch this game. I don't care about this game. But I'll go on the limb and go Jacksonville. I don't really care. This game is irrelevant. They should have just canceled this game because it doesn't matter. Both teams are out. 5 wins between the 2 teams. Just straight ass, bro. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't even care about that game. And then we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football. San Francisco's a 1-point favorite, man. This is an interesting type of game. This is a coin flip game. But at home, Miami, give me Miami Dolphins. Give me Tua right now. 2+ touchdowns makes sense. A-Chain, 4 tutties. Jonnu Smith, that tight end, has been going crazy, bro. I picked him off waivers. He's in my flex spot. That is a huge part of piece for Jonnu Smith in that offense, man. They love to go to him. Same thing in Kittle with the 49ers. I think it's going to be a bang-bang type of game. I think Miami Dolphins win by a game-winning field goal. I really do. So give me Miami at +1. I'll take that. 44.5 is the over-under. Let me go with the over. I think Miami and San Francisco are here to put up some big numbers on Sunday Night Football. So give me the over, man, and give me the freaking Miami Dolphins and Tua. Jonnu Smith, please score another touchdown for me for fantasy gods, please. So I'll take the Miami Dolphins over the San Francisco 49ers. And then we got the Monday Night Football game. The New Orleans Saints go into the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay this year, man, they've caught really a stride right now in the second half of the season. They're 10-4. They're 14.5-point favorites at home. Let me go Green Bay here. It just makes sense to me. Jordan Love, 23 touchdowns, 11 picks. Josh Jacobs, about 1,200 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs' first month into the season didn't go so well, but I'm telling you, Josh Jacobs, the second half of the season just took off, just made Green Bay an elite team because of Josh Jacobs in that run game. So give me the Green Bay Packers, man. Derek Carr, he's out, man. I think Alvin Kamara's out. It just makes sense to me to go Green Bay on Monday night. What a shitty Monday Night Football game because of the Saints are 5-9, not out of the playoffs, but give me Green Bay right now. A lot of people are saying Green Bay is an X factor, dark horse in the playoffs, which could be very true. I just think, can they get over the hump? Can they beat a team like the Detroit Lions? Can they run deep in the playoffs? Yes, it's a possibility, but to win a Super Bowl, I just would pump my brakes on it right now, but you never know. Josh Jacobs, that run game, they have a solid defense. I just want to see more from Jordan Love. I want to see Jordan Love tested more in the pressure, in the playoff type of moment. So we're going to see that this year. We're going to see how far the Green Bay Packers get, but to reach the Super Bowl, I think it's a long shot. Can they beat a team like the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't know. But, that's the thing, but you never know. But on Monday Night Football, man, give me the Green Bay Packers over the trash New Orleans Saints, man. What a Week 16 it is for the NFL. But like I said, my lock pick all weekend, man, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Dallas Cowgirls. I love that all day in that matchup, man. But, man, the Colts, please take off for me. And Lamar Jackson, 2+ touchdowns today, man. Please, Lamar, do it for me. Josh Allen, 2+ tutties. The two best quarterbacks in the league, Josh Allen and Lamar, are going to go crazy this weekend in NFL Week 16. I cannot wait. It's the Cloudwood Cab Show. Let's go!